So we actually have a basketball game to play tonight. Yes. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Marv Albert's going to call it. Chris Webber, Reggie Miller, Kristen Ledlow's working the sidelines, as is David Aldridge. Let's bring D.A. into the conversation here. These last 48 hours, it's been good to be a Celtic, hasn't it, D.A.?
No question, EJ. On Monday night, the Celtics beat the Wizards in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals to get to their first conference finals in 5 years. Last night, they won the NBA draft lottery and will get the first pick in next June's draft. In fact, Steve Pagliuca, one of the team's owners, still has the 4 balls in his pocket. Here they are. 1, 7, 9, 10. Those are your winning numbers tonight, Ernie. As far as the team that's currently playing, though, they're still in the afterglow of that big Game 7 win, led by Kelly Olynyk, who scored 26 points, 14 in the fourth quarter. The most points a Celtic player has scored coming off the bench in a Game 7 since 1965, when John Havlicek did it, and that was the Havlicek stole the ball game. Now, as far as Olynyk is going, as far as he's concerned, he acknowledged the other day that Monday night was not just another night in the Garden.
It definitely felt like you were in a zone. I felt like I was out there just, playing like you're a kid in the backyard. Just playing, having fun, and it was surreal. To be there, with the crowd, the magnitude of everything. It was fun, and to be there for my teammates and help them and help everybody get to where we are now. It was a great feeling.
The Celtics have been trying to get Olynyk to be more aggressive and to have more faith in his own shot. This is a guy that scored 30 points last year against the Warriors. And Brad Stevens told us that he's going to have a role in this series as well against a Cleveland team that probably will try to work to get the ball out of Isaiah Thomas's hands, EJ. Back to you.
Thank you very much, D.A. Hey, Baron Davis, does this picture here take you back in the hallway before a playoff game, before the home crowd, and here you go?
Absolutely. I mean, you can hear the crowd, your adrenaline's going, your focus, everything is on the line. This is the most important game of your life.
I look at that lineup that's running out there, Ernie, and I see defenders. I see Amir Johnson, Avery Bradley, Rozier, Al Horford. I just look at guys who make Marcus Smart, guys who just make their living defending people. And that has been the difference between what Cleveland has not seen yet, that guys who can make things a little uncomfortable for them defensively. So we will see, I think, a different environment for the Cleveland Cavaliers for the first time in the playoffs.
The fact of the matter is, as we get to you, Shaq, the fact of the matter is the Boston Celtics are the #1 seed, but they're the underdogs in this series. You don't often see a #1 seed, an underdog, and a decided underdog against the Cleveland Cavaliers. How can Boston, as Avery Bradley says, look, this is our chance to show the world we're supposed to be here. How can they prove that they are equal to the Cleveland Cavaliers, if not better, in a series?
Round 1 versus the Bulls, that was study hall. Last series against the Wizards, that was a quiz. This is a test. It's a hard test. Coach Popovich said something very interesting yesterday about his team. He said, you didn't believe that we can beat. No, they're the #1 seed, but my question to you guys is, do they really believe and think that they can beat the Kings?
This is how I know, B. When you play with great defenders and you come to help, and he goes, I don't need it, stay. If I see that language come around being in this arena a lot, then I know that they feel that they can beat them. Because I don't need help on LeBron. I don't need help on Kyrie. I don't need help all the time.
You don't need help on LeBron. Are you kidding me?
No, I know what you're saying.
Are you kidding me?
The greatest defenders
can't guard
might
LeBron
need it.
James.
No,
you're not guarding
need
LeBron
it,
one-on-one.
but they might not believe they want it.
No, for
There's
sure.
a difference. Wanting it and believing that you need it. There's a big difference.
And playing a Cleveland team here, Baron, playing its best basketball of the season. Their longest winning streak in the regular season was 6. They are now the first team to ever go 8-0 to start consecutive postseasons, just running past Indiana and Toronto. So what's the biggest challenge that Boston presents to Cleveland?
I think the biggest challenge that Boston may present to Cleveland is really Cleveland, and their complacency or them settling for, having mental lapses and turning the ball over. I don't really think that I like Boston. I think they're competitive. They'll be scrappy. But I think Cleveland can be their own worst enemy at times with turning the ball over and being complacent. And so if they do that, then, this team is on a mission. They're a buzzsaw. They're ready to rock.
Can I say that in a different way?
Sure.
Cleveland Cavaliers sometimes become front runners. They get happy when they're winning games. You see guys grabbing beers. You see guys high-fiving, doing bottle flips.
They be grabbing beers.
No question. But when they're losing or when they get tested, at times we don't see that same jovial atmosphere. So we call that front running. So they lost 31 games this year. There's a reason they lost 31 as well, because they can get complacent, they can get happy, and they can think that it's too easy at times. We'll see if that happens here.
I kind of agree with that, but, you played on teams where you were so good that you just wanted to get through the regular season.
That's true.
And, they made it known many times that, listen, we don't care where we're placed. Boston, if you want the number 1 seed, you go and take it. Everybody talked about a switch. They have that switch that they can turn on.
They have a switch.
Yeah, they do have a switch they can turn, and I think they know what's at stake.
He has a switch there, that guy.
Yes, and
he
you know
has
what?
a switch to it.
And you know what? The monkey was taken off LeBron's back last year when they won, but guess what? They got an opportunity to get back-to-back championships.
Cleveland shooting 49% in this postseason, 43% from distance, and they are 8-0 through the first 2 rounds. What do we got in the Twitterverse? Baron Davis replacing Charles Barkley, the largest upgrade imaginable.
Thank you, Killjoy.
Okay.
Wow. High praise from
High
Killjoy.
praise. Thank you, Killjoy.
If Charles was here,
If Charles was here, he'd kick me off the stage.
I got to protect
Check
your
out
neck.
Charles' statue.
Game 1,
Hey,
Eastern
Charles,
Conference Finals. Bottom of the hour, TNT.